Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llama, this is Winning with Ease, and today we're going to go through with another Proxy 2-gate. This is kind of 2-gate week, I suppose. I saw another person post a thread with this difficulty, having to deal with the Proxy 2-gate in their base, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of show how I would defend it, and a lot of it is simply going to be how you set up your base. So, there's two ways, of course. I'm going to do I actually dropped a depot too early here also as well, so please do not mind the 9 depot instead of getting it right at the 10 mark. Don't mind that. Slight mess up, just wasn't even thinking. But yeah, so there's two ways, of course. One is you go for the wall off, in which case you can see his probe come in, and then you can see where he goes with that probe, so that's always very good to have if you do that. But I wanted to kind of do it the other way. Simply because I think it's a little bit more difficult if you do not scout it immediately. And so I'm just going to continue kind of going around. I'm going to get my 12 racks right here. And then I'm going to go for a 12 racks, 13 refinery, and then pretend like I'm going for, I don't know, whatever it is. So I could be going for a Reaper expand or whatever, Marauder expand, something like that. Of course, I'd have to move my barracks then and such, but regardless, yeah, so I'm just kind of playing a basic opener. I'm going to go ahead and send a scout out around 13. I like to just scout around that time, 12 to 14 really. Anytime like that, send your SCV out for a scout, unless you're walling off, in my opinion. That's the only time that you really won't be scouting at the time, in which case I'll wait till after my barracks is finished to scout. But if you're not walling off, I like to get that scout out a little bit earlier. And so I'm going to go ahead and mine my gas right here. Barracks going to finish up, so I'm going to go ahead and pump out the first Marine. And then, of course, I would get my Tech Lab on a little bit after that. However, I will be scouting up into his base. And I am going to note that, oh wait, we don't have anything going on, and we do have only 11 probes right there. So that right there says, okay, he cut, and he's got a proxy somewhere. Time to use my Marine to scout it. And really quickly, as well, I do want to note that I'm throwing down this bunker. So this bunker is so important right now, simply because I scout. As soon as you scout this, you want to throw down a bunker. And notice where I'm throwing this down. I'm throwing this down in a place to block off, right? So I'm going to continue with my Marine production right here. I'm also going to start a supply depot because I'm going to be supply blocked here fairly soon. So start the supply depot right here. And with this bunker, this is very important to get this down. Now I can kind of do a little bit of micro back and forth. Just don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose too much at all. And so I'm going to lose like one SCV there. I do lose that one as well. That just was unfortunate. But now I can kind of let things tank. I've got this bunker, and so now I'm going to kind of work at getting up another bunker here fairly shortly. So right here I want to get this bunker up as well, and I can position my Marines behind this kind of. So they're kind of running a strange path, but yeah, so I can basically use this to kind of block off and at least delay. So I'm just forcing him back. Okay, now I can run back here, and we're just kind of playing a game. Notice how I'm continuing to make Marines and SCVs. Both of these are in constant production here. As well, the reason that I have this supply depot right here is because now I can repair the supply depot so that he cannot break through here. He does not have all these paths to get in and out of my mineral line at all. Instead, he's going to have to keep running around, and I can just constantly use this. So now he's got to hack away at this bunker so he can start entering from this side right here. Notice I'm still continuing to produce Marines. I should be making SCVs here as well. I think I'm focusing a little bit on the micro, getting the Marine saved there, but I will be starting that up fairly soon as well. Always make sure the SCVs are going to go ahead and be saved right there. And now he's going to kind of push in. I'm going to be microing away my SCVs once again. And now when he pushes back, I can continue to move out with these Marines. So once I can clear off a couple of these, I'm going to once again want to reset a bunker right here fairly shortly. So I should be, there we go, I'm restarting there, and there we go. I'm going to go ahead and restart this bunker as well, pick off more and more, and notice that I have these Marines just kind of all over, moving Marines into the bunker right there, moving these Marines around back right here, move them up towards that bunker, and see, he cannot enter my base through anywhere. He has this one spot right here, which I'm going to block off now. And so now he basically can't get in at all. This puts him in a strange position. So he's going to have to break this down. He does not want this bunker to get up as well, so I'll just keep canceling that. And it's fine because I have these Marines right back here that are just firing away at his SCVs. And once again, try and make this bunker. My Marines are going to be right there. So as soon as he starts attacking at this, once again, I can continue to hack and slash away with my Marines right there, forcing him to kind of move around with those zealots and just putting them in a terrible position. So going to be continuing with this bunker production, as you can see, constantly trying to throw it down. As you also will note, I do have a decent amount of money, so I'm going to be throwing down yet another barracks right here. And here's where I'm pretty much going to be at the point where I can almost clean up these zealots, but I'm going to continue to still just need to make sure I have my nice little fortress in here. Remember, I have these 2 supply depots right here that are protecting him from getting in through the mineral lines. So his only path of entry right here, and I've also blocked this off, his only path of entry is right here. So he basically cannot get in. So now I'm going to push out a little bit. Need to be careful not to lose those Marines. But he's not going to really have much to do. He may get something else. I'll go ahead and repair this bunker right here. Almost let that die, but it's fine. Just repair that, move some Marines over there, and now he's just going to start retreating, going back to his base. And I might lose a Marine right here just because I kind of slip up. But big thing to note is that I have held this off and I am in a completely fine position. Also note how much money I do have. Just hold it off, right? So all I have to do is hold it off. I'm ahead in the worker count right here. I can continue making my SCVs here very shortly, and now I can throw down a ton of stuff. I'm also going to get back on gas here fairly shortly, I believe, as well. So I should be starting my SCV count. I'm not quite sure why I haven't started SCVs. Strange. So start your SCVs, but still you'll be in a very fine position because look at all the money that you have banked up. I can throw down 4 racks. I can throw down a command center. So I'm going to go up to 6 racks, a command center, and basically just put myself in the next stage of the game. As you can see, my opponent's taking a nexus as well, starting his warp gate. But he's going to lose all of this that he invested. He's going to be losing those zealots that right there. So already you can see I'm 650 minerals ahead with the zealots and stuff. That's not counting these 300 minerals in gates that's going to go down. So I'm basically 1,000 minerals ahead of my opponent. Plus I've been mining with more workers because he did have to cut workers as well. He sends down that first probe right there to drop that pylon in the 2 gates. So it's going to be very, very, very early, or a lot of resources lost for him. And so with the SCVs being ahead of him as well as the mule count right there, it just puts me in a great position. So now I can just start dropping some reactors, tech labs, whatever it is. I do throw down a bunker right there. I'm going to throw down this engineering bay in case he goes for either void rays or he goes for DTs, just because, you know, if a Protoss cheeses you once, there's a good chance he'll cheese you again. And so now I'm just going to kind of stand out here with my Marines and just start pumping some stuff out. I have started STEM right here on this tech lab. And yeah, so basically the game's just in my favor. I'll go ahead and kind of speed through the rest of this. And I do want to go ahead and shout out to my subscribers. Where did that paper go? I dropped the paper, so that's why I didn't do it. So here's my new subscriber shout out. It's going to go to Alex2K10, Skadumdums, and Fish Sigma. So since the last video, those 3 people have subscribed. Thank you very much for your subscription. I hope you guys learned something from my videos and that you can take something away, or possibly you like my casting. I do casting as well as this, and I'm actually going to start getting involved with that as well. And yeah, so going back into the game, I said getting involved, I mean back involved. Did I say that? I'm not quite sure. So now I can kind of just make a push out towards my opponent and just kind of run my army over, continue producing stuff back here, and I'll kind of meet his army in the middle, realize, hey, he doesn't have much army at all. And now I can just kind of push over to his base. Plus I have STEM. I'll start my factory here so I can start working up towards medevacs. And you really can do it in either way that you want. So you can either go for the, I decided to throw down a lot of racks to go ahead and hit him hard. But of course you could just expand, throw down a couple racks, and then throw down some upgrades and, and maybe like 2 orbitals or something. Because you are in such a great lead. As I said, I had 1,000 resource lead on him at that point, as well as I had all the resources that he lost from having no probes there for a while, trying to get out the 2 gates and all the zealots and stuff like that. So really, if you hold this off, you're in a great position. And from here, I can basically just push in with everything that I have and finish them off. So it's really not too tough to hold. The big thing that I want to talk about, of course, is just having your base secured. So you saw, as soon as I saw that, I threw down a bunker right there. I never saturated that gas, no wonder. I threw down a bunker right there to block it off. I threw down a supply depot right here, another depot right here, a barracks over here, and I tried to bunker right there, because the second that he can no longer enter with any of those units into my mineral line is the second that he is really in trouble, and then I can just keep making my Marines, chasing them back and forth, and just being kind of annoying overall. So that's always really good to do. And of course, if you can scout it, you can react even better, because you can throw down the bunker even earlier than I threw it down, right? So I had to wait until I had the Marine out, and then I was kind of like scouting it to get it down. No, as soon as you do that, you can throw one bunker, you can throw down a second bunker. Don't get your orbital. The only reason I got my orbital is because I didn't scout the probe running in. But you can sack getting that orbital at the start, get 2 bunkers down, and then he's basically completely out of it. So that makes it even easier. But if you don't scout, this is a pretty easy way to hold it. My name is Mr. Llama. I hope you guys learned something, and I will see you guys in the next video.